Valley. And now, here's today's Valley-Wide.
Good Thursday morning. I'm Paul David. Welcome to Valley-Wide. Good to have you along this morning. Our guest today is Brian Detweiler. Good morning, Brian.
Well, I'm on the board of the Yavapai County Community Foundation, and it is a foundation that is an affiliate of Arizona Community Foundation. And what it is just people will give an endowment, which is basically they invest that money, they keep that principal, and then whatever interest that is made, that will be used for the purposes that I put forth. There was a person that had a spot in their heart for the canine dog units in the police departments and fire and rescue, and so they gave a sizable amount of money, and the interest off of that money is then every year distributed from two different canine units throughout, and we gave away $34,000 this year.
My goodness, that's a lot of money.
I'm proud to say that here in the Verde Valley we gave away $14,000 of those dollars, and it was to buy the bite suit, of which you will be very familiar very soon.
What color is that, by the way?
You know, I don't know. I've not seen it, but
has no one seen this suit? Does it actually exist, or will I be wearing my street clothes when I go down there and be in store for trouble?
I don't know.
Wrap this insulation around your body and run, Paul, run. Next Wednesday at 10 a.m. at Garrison Park in Cottonwood, I will wear the bite suit.
Yes.
And I will run from Vendo, who is handled by Sergeant Ekholm. And I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe Vendo's probably coming up on retirement soon. But anyways, he's a big fella, and he's going to take me down in this bite suit. We're going to kind of show how the suit works and just what happens. So it ought to be interesting. This is the bite suit. Pants, jacket, both very heavy, but apparently they're a lot lighter weight than they used to be. And they're also made in a way now where they fit closer to the body so that your appendages and whatnot make you look more like a human figure when you're running. So the pants just slide on like so, and I'll try to do this. It almost looks like a pair of ski pants. Not easy to get into, but the pants have got side straps that latch on like so. It's got two on each side to pull it together, and then a nice shoulder strap to come up and over to, of course, hold them up on you. Just hike them up, give it a good pull, snap it in place, and that's the pants. Let's go ahead and show you the jacket too. The jacket, real simple too. It's like putting on a suit, probably the most expensive suit I'll ever wear. About $1,400 to $1,500 a piece. But you've got the three straps that go across the chest. You've got room to pull your hands up inside so the dog can't get a hold of your fingers and your hands. And you're set to run and train the canine.
If I've got three people in different locations, I got one person running and two other people over here, I take the dog by the collar and the tail, basically aim him at who I want him to go at, watch his eye contact, get on the suspect, and then send him. Usually they give up before I release the dog to chase him. So that's good. He's able to use his nose to find the bad guys for us. But when it comes to actual fighting, they decide they'd rather deal with me.
Well, yeah, he's intimidating looking. He's a big fella. He's not German Shepherd.
No, he's a Belgian Malinois. What he'll do is he'll recognize the odor of drugs, but he's not going to go after the odor of drugs until I give him the command to go search for it. Because when he's searching for drugs, we're playing, and he's looking for his toy. Is what he's actually looking for. And he's keyed off the odor of drugs, knowing that when he finds the odor of drugs, he alerts. His toy mysteriously appears, and we get to play tug of war.
Can you give me a little idea of how old Vendo is and where he came from, and just a lot of great information about him?
Vendo's an 8-year-old Belgian Malinois. He was actually born in Belgium, went to Holland where he received about 90% of his training. From that point, he was purchased by a vendor in California, and we ended up purchasing from the vendor. One of the reasons we purchase dogs from Europe is in Europe they train dogs as a hobby, and once they get them to a certain level, they have no use for them anymore. They want to start training a new dog. So by us buying a dog from Europe that's already received all this training, we save considerable time and money training a dog from scratch, knowing what the capabilities of the dog are before we get it. If we were to go to the local animal shelter or a local breeder and purchase a dog, we could be 2 years into the dog's training before we find out he's got a trait that's not usable for us, like loud noises, gunfire, or something like that. If he doesn't like that and takes off over the hill every time we fire a gun, or some aspect of that bothers the dog, then we have to start from scratch. With the dogs we purchase from Europe, we know what they're capable of because they train them to those specifications.
Now he knows English and Dutch, right? I mean, he's bilingual.
He was trained in Dutch, so all the commands I give him are in Dutch for his working commands. But when he's around the house goofing off, he knows what we're telling him. You know, if we tell him to go find his toy, he knows what his toy is.
Now, how old is he, and how long does he stay in service?
He's 8 years old right now, and usually they try to keep him in service until they're about 10 years old. Depends on the dog and his physical condition at that time.
Okay. Now we're going to do 3 different.
We'll do 3 the little scenarios.
Go through each one with them, right?
Okay. The first scenario,
now.
just so you get used to it, is we'll have you stand over, 15 or 20 feet away, and we'll have a little dialogue. You can tell me to send my poodle away or whatever, and we'll send Vendo after you, just so you're used to what he's like when he hits you to take you down.
Okay. Oh! That is really intense. He hits very hard.
Vendo, bad guy, hands up, stand still. Vendo, loose!
Good boy. So he just stands right there and threatens my crotch region until.
He'll threaten manhood for a while. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll come up and I'll do a search on you, make sure that you're safe from me. Okay. The second one, we're going to do a transport command where I'm going to simulate you're under arrest and I'm walking you back to the car. But the dog is going to be guarding you. He's not going to be worrying about me. He's going to be guarding you. At some time during our little stroll, you're going to try to run away. And I'm not going to tell Vendo a thing. Come on, Vendo. Now, he's really into you.
If this arm wasn't padded,
Yeah.
he'd have a hold of me, and he's really jerking me around.
Bad guy, hands up, stand still, Vendo, loose! Here.
Woohoo! Right on the crotch. All right. Okay.
Okay, the third one, we're going to have you downfield a little bit, do a little dialogue so Vendo's got his eyes on you, and you'll decide to run. When you run, I send Vendo.
All right, well, I'm really excited about this, so I'd like to get it started. Oh, I'm no bad guy. You got the wrong guy. All right. Oh! Oh! All right.
Vendo, here. Oh! Live! Live. Okay, I gotta help you up.
All right.
Fooey! Oh! All right?
Oh, that was great. Let's do that one again. Oh! You rotten little dog! You're not very tough. Oh! Oh! Good boy. That's it. It's all done.